Chainsaw Man's PV's out. I'm gonna watch it, and if it's worth talking about, I'm gonna talk about it. I have not watched it at all, so this is like a first-time reaction. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting the visuals to be perfect because it's been cooking in Mappa's oven for some time with some of the most talented people in the industry. So I'm expecting to see cuts by Keiichiro Watanabe, Hironori Tanaka. Who else was there? Tatsuya Yoshihara, obviously, because he's the action director. Who else was there who animated in the previous PV? A bunch of animators did, but I'm talking about veteran animators. Koki Fujimoto, yeah. Koki Fujimoto also animated in the previous preview, and Koki Fujimoto is an incredible animator. For those of you who don't know who that is, he's the one who animated the Black Flash scene from Jujutsu Kaisen, among many other scenes in Jujutsu Kaisen that all look incredible. I'm pretty sure he also animated the Black Flash scene in Jujutsu Kaisen 0. I'm expecting the animation of the trailer to be very good, but the thing that I'm most excited to see is how the compositing is and the art direction is, because Mappa, I can't really associate that to this particular studio. I shouldn't associate anything to any studio. But that said, depending on which studio that this compositing is outsourced to and the art direction is outsourced to, it can look pretty bad. Because in Jujutsu Kaisen, as you all know, it had very good animation, but the CGI was extremely bad. The compositing was up and down, and the art direction was nothing special. I can't think of a scene in Jujutsu Kaisen where I was looking at the background like, oh my god, that is a brilliant painting or anything. It was very mediocre. Whereas in Attack on Titan the final season, the art direction was incredible up to the Wit Studios Attack on Titan level standards, but the compositing was dog shit. Way too much blur filter, way too much bloom added to make it look like a fucking PS2 video game. I did not like that at all. But the background paintings, the art direction was pretty good. So that's what I'm actually hyped for. As far as the voice actors, I'm pretty sure, pretty confident that they're going to use a relatively new seiyus, because whenever an extremely popular new shonen is on the horizon, that always happens, right? Like Asta's voice actor, completely new voice actor. Yuji Tadori, fantastic voice actor, the guy who voiced him, but I don't think I've ever heard his voice before in anime. So they want that because people associate voices to characters. So that's why you kind of want new seiyus, at least for like the lead roles. As for Chainsaw Man, I haven't read the manga. That's not entirely true. I've read like 2 chapters. I don't remember much from it. I think it was the first 2, but obviously it was the first 2 chapters that I read. The only thing I do remember is the main character kicking someone in the nuts over and over and over again, and he wins a fight like that. So it was pretty interesting, but I stopped reading there because as I was reading that, that's when the announcement for the anime came. So I'm always an anime over manga kind of guy. If there's an adaptation and it's going to be a good adaptation, I'm always going to go with the anime. And this seems like a good adaptation. I'm talked enough. Let's go watch this together. Okay, Chainsaw Man 3rd trailer. This is the Mappa official channel. Of course, this is released in like 10 million channels. I don't know if I'll get copyright claimed for this. I'm not blurring it much. Hopefully not. If it is, then I'll just edit it off. Edit this whole reaction segment off. I don't really care for that. I'm just here to talk about the show. So reacting to it is not really a necessity. I'm just doing it because it's fun. Chainsaw Man trailer 3 in 3, 2, 1 now. That is too fast. Let's try that again. Now. That is some very fluid cloth animation. And it looks exactly like the original. Is there subs? Okay. God damn. I don't know that voice actor. I think that's the guy who gets his nuts kicked in. Okay, I definitely know that voice actress, I think. Okay. Definitely not giving me PG-13 vibes. Fucking hell. Okay. This looks fucking incredible. And that's it, really. That's it, that's all we're getting. Well, I'm satisfied actually. It looks just as good as the original PV. It looks as good as the pre-animated PV, which is fantastic. As for the art direction, the compositing, I couldn't see much of the art direction, but the compositing looks really good. Really nice colors, really good contrast to the nature of the show itself, just like Witch Studios' Attack on Titan. But I really like it. I like how the line work pops out so much. I like how the colors pop out so much. This is how anime is supposed to be, you know? It's supposed to be appealing. It should look nice. And yeah, every single element looked fantastic. You know, sometimes I just look at the Genga of certain shows and I'm like, wow, this looks so much better than the final product. I don't think I'll say that here because the compositing really looked good. So again, this is just absolutely incredible clothing animation. And this scene, I remember it from the manga. I think it's from chapter 1 or 2. I think in the ending of chapter 1, there's a big terrorist attack in America involving guns. The gun devil, fucking hell. It's hilarious. Not hilarious at all. It's not funny. That fucking intestines. That is intestines. I was talking about the art direction. Yeah, this is great art direction. The bitrate of this video is shit. And yeah, I'm at 1080p and it's still pretty shitty bitrates. The background looks fantastic. We don't know why he's wearing an eye patch. I mean, it's hilarious as to why he's wearing eye patch, but also extremely sad. That summarizes Chainsaw Man, I think. I've only read 2 chapters. The Board of the Devils or something. Yeah, look at her eyes. Fascinating. Also really good voice acting. Fantastic voice choice. Look at that subtle hair settle. I think it's called the hair settle. Yeah, just a really tiny movement and the hair flows accordingly. And when there's no movement or like barely any movement, there's an excessively high level of detail. This really looks fantastic. A really, really good emphasis on shadows. This looks like Creek's character designs or something. There are barely any line work, and I know that the manga has a lot of line work, but when you're switching from manga to anime, that's one of the main changes that you have to make, because you can't have that much line work in every single drawing for an anime and still have it move. And here they're going for that less line work, more, but still a high level of detail with the shadows and all of that stuff. Because just look at the clothing over here, right? Yeah, just look at this guy's clothing. Look at the crevices in the clothing. Look at how much, like, shadows everywhere. So much depth given to the shot. And again, that hair animation, there's so much of it. That is just great. The voice acting and the animation just gives her so much personality. Again, super high emphasis on eye detail. The eyes look like marbles. They're so pretty. Let's see here. Actually, fantastic effects animation. This scene reminds me of Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, you know, how Yuji breaks free in episode 1 from the demon's hand. Pretty similar. I think I saw an impact frame there when I was... Of course, I can't go frame by frame, not really a feature in YouTube. Yeah, those are impact frames. I can expect impact frames from this show. So let's see here, because I'm really interested to see how much CG there is and how the CG is implemented. Because I can't tell if this is CG. That's not CG, right? I mean, the bitrate is so shitty that I can't even tell. But like, considering, just looking at the shadows and the deep details that are just not there here, but they're here. So this has to be 2D. Just heavily detailed 2D. It's probably Tetsuya Yoshihara, right? Animation? Yeah, it's probably Tetsuya Yoshihara's animation. I can tell from the jagged lines. Okay, is this CGI? I mean, if I can't tell, then they're doing a fantastic job at it. Not to blow my own horn or anything, but I usually notice if there's CGI in anything, and this just, I can't tell. That's an ugly looking devil. Are those titties? The fuck is this, the titty devil? Oh, the spears. Gorgeous spears. He's missing a hand. He's missing a hand. Goddamn. Fucking hell. The blood animation has been incredible. The fuck is this? It's so good. Look at how good the compositing in is. Minus the terrible bitrate. I keep saying that. This looks like fucking negative 140p. So low bitrate. But other than that, every line and every color pops out so much. It's so well done. Yeah, this is just fantastically done. I can't even tell if it's CGI or not. Actually, doesn't even look like CGI. So I guess this guy's like Fushiguro. He's got a big dog. I mean, Fushiguro does not have a big dog. Look at his hand signs. Wow, the blood. The blood is so good. Let's check this out. Is that digital blood? Doesn't look like it. This is looking incredible. I didn't see any 3D backgrounds, but this to me strikes as the kind of show that would use 3D backgrounds because the PV used 3D backgrounds. But I don't think they've used full background animation in a show like this because just from the detail that I'm seeing in everything. So using full background animation on top of that might be a bit too much, even from a production that is so good and so high profile. What I noticed is the Tetsuya Yoshihara style brushing off of almost every single scene. So this might be like Yoshihara's project, just like Arifumi Mai defined the scenes in Attack on Titan. Arifumi Mai is the one you think about when you think about ODM Gear Sakuga scenes, because he very much defined that style of animation. And this looks like Tetsuya Yoshihara's project in every shape, way, and form. Like the smears look like his smears, the hyper satisfying timing of every shot looks the same way like he does. And of course, the director, Jiro Nakayama, fantastic director. This is his first directorial project as an anime director, head director. But he's done direction before. He did episode 19 of Jujutsu Kaisen, which looked absolutely fucking phenomenal. Okay, so Denji is voiced by Kikunosuke Toya. And this is his literal first role in anime. Okay, that's exactly what I was talking about. That's how it works. Power is by Mikey's voice actor. Pretty cool. And also Joline Kujo. Okay. She sounded really great. And Makima is also by a relatively new voice actress, Tomori Kusunoki. And this guy's name is Aki, voiced by Shogo Sakata. Completely new voice actor again. And I called it in the beginning of this video that they're probably going to have new voice actors. And that's exactly how it is. The art director is Yusuke Takeda, who is the art director for Vinland Saga. That is fantastic. No wonder it looks so good. Vinland Saga is fantastic art direction. There are plenty of scenes in Vinland Saga that are just absolutely wallpaper worthy. Also was the art director for Great Pretender, Pokemon Twilight Wings. What the fuck? This man is insane. Blood the Last Vampire. Wow. A veteran in the industry, art director for Chainsaw Man. Looking really, really good. Compositing. Let me check. There it is. Teppei Ito, photography. Isn't he the guy who also... He did Jujutsu Kaisen, yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen's photography was not very good, but seems like he's leveled up because the photography here looked fantastic. Maybe it just came down to time, and Jujutsu Kaisen might have struggled with production issues because there are so many animators, like so many freelance animators, but the compositing artists might have struggled to keep up with all that animation, the sheer quantity of animation. That's what might have happened there, because Jujutsu Kaisen 0 had pretty decent compositing, as far as I remember. But the art direction for Jujutsu Kaisen 0, even though it was a movie, was really mediocre. I wish there was a higher resolution version of the trailer, and I wish I knew which animators did which cuts so that I could clearly break them down by reference to those animators' previous works. But I don't have information to any of that. So yeah, this is very much looking like a full Sakuga show. Will it be the best animated show of all time? I don't know. Like, I would say top 5. I always keep saying this. Top 5 best animated shows ever made would be like Space Dandy, Violet Evergarden, Mob Psycho 100, One Punch Man Season 1, and Castlevania Season 4. If you haven't watched Castlevania, do check it out. It's really good, and it gets better every season, peaking with Season 4. Season 4 is just nuts to butts. Complete a Sakuga fest. It's so good, and with some of the best works of Tamulu and some of the greatest action direction I've ever seen. And this could be up there. Pretty sure Mob Psycho Season 3 is also coming out in that same time, so that season of anime is so good. We have Chainsaw Man, we have Mob Psycho season 3, we also have My Hero Academia season 6, also looking absolutely fantastic. And what else is there? I'm pretty sure there's even more stuff. Oh yeah, there we go. There's Spy X Family, Second Core, there's Blue Lock, geez, there's the new Comics Wave movie. So yeah, fall 2022 is like super stacked. So yeah, that's about it. Animation looks absolutely gorgeous. The compositing looks fantastic. The art direction looks fantastic. All around, this looks like it's going to be an absolutely incredible show. Really looking forward to this show. That's about it. Thanks for the views.